The midday sun bled through the high, reinforced skylights of the atrium, casting long, clinical shadows across the floor. Esther had cornered Xerxes near the irrigation pipes. The constant hum of the facility usually provided cover, but today every word felt like it was being broadcast to the cameras overhead. "Xerxes, listen to me," Esther said, her voice a low, urgent vibration. "I didn't talk. Aris is trying to isolate me because I'm the only one who sees the pattern. He's using your temper against you. He wants you to believe I'm the traitor so you'll stop trusting my judgment." Xerxes was staring at a smudge of rust on a pipe, his jaw tight. "He knew about the layout of the old sector, Esther. The one you and I mapped out in private. If it wasn't you, then who? It's the surveillance. They have—" "Xerxes, there you are." The shout cut through the tension like a blade. Alice was jogging toward them from across the wide hall, her boots echoing loudly on the metal grate. She didn't stop a few feet away. She skidded to a halt right between them, her shoulder brushing Xerxes's arm as she stumbled slightly, forcing him to reach out and steady her. "I've been looking everywhere for you," Alice said, her breath coming in quick, shallow gasps. She looked up at Xerxes, her face flushed from the run. "The technicians? They're changing the schedule. They're moving the next trial up to this afternoon." "What?" Xerxes's brow furrowed, his suspicion of Esther momentarily eclipsed by the immediate threat. "They didn't say anything about that during the morning check." "I overheard them near the lift," Alice said, her hand still resting on his forearm, her fingers tightening slightly. She turned just enough to put her back to Esther, effectively walling her out of the circle. "Xerxes, I'm not ready. My levels are still low from yesterday. If they put me back in the tank now—" "They won't," Xerxes said, his voice dropping into that protective, grounding tone that Esther used to rely on. "I'll make sure they don't." "Alice," Esther intervened, her voice cold and flat. "The technicians don't discuss schedule changes near the lifts. They use the internal comms. Are you sure you didn't mishear?" Alice froze. She didn't turn around. She just let her head hop slightly, her shoulders trembling. I might have. I was just so scared when I heard my name. I came straight to find the only person I knew wouldn't let them take me." She looked back up at Xerxes, her eyes wide and trusting. "I'm sorry if I'm interrupting something important. I didn't know where else to go." Xerxes looked down at Alice, then shot a sharp, defensive glance at Esther. "It doesn't matter if she misheard or not, Esther. She's spiraling. Can't you stop being a doctor for 5 seconds and just be a person?" "I'm being a person," Esther snapped, the frustration finally bubbling over. "I'm being the person who is trying to keep us from being manipulated." "It feels more like you're attacking her," Xerxes said, his hand now firmly on Alice's shoulder, pulling her closer to his side as if to shield her from Esther's words. Alice didn't say anything. She didn't have to. She simply leaned her weight into him, a silent, needy gesture that claimed every bit of his attention. She looked at Esther over her shoulder, no smirk, no wink, just a blank, wide-eyed stare that seemed to say, "See? He chose me." "Come on," Xerxes muttered to Alice, turning her away from the fountain. "Let's go find a spot where you can sit down. We'll figure out this schedule thing together." Esther stood frozen in the bright, unforgiving light. She had been seconds away from reaching him, from clearing her name. Now she was just the cold one, left standing alone while Alice led away the most powerful man in the facility.